Hello everyone, I'm your host Nazcon with the second episode of our camping trip to Missinipe, Saskatchewan. In the first episode, we drove from Prince Albert to La Ronge, and today we're driving from La Ronge to Missinipe. This route is mostly unpaved, but it's very beautiful with a lot of forest and lakes. So let's explore this area. I'm on way from La Ronge to Missinipe, and on the way, this is Lynx Lake. All of the lakes in this area are very beautiful. In the distance across the lake, you can see some brown trees. Those are actually from a forest fire that got ignited earlier this year. Luckily, there was not much damage to the forest, but it's a recurring thing every year. Western Canada gets a lot of forest fires, so if you're coming into these areas, just be careful because the forest is very thick and dense, and weather is usually dry, so it catches up fire pretty quickly. So if you light up a fire, just make sure to put out the fire before you leave the area. The area I'm driving in right now is basically part of Lac La Ronge Provincial Park, and Missinipe is 78 kilometers north of town of Ronge, and this whole provincial park is filled with lakes and Churchill River system, so it's very beautiful. There are a lot of activities like fishing, canoeing, and camping, but just beware, this area has very little population, so it's very hard to find services. But as you can see, it's beautiful. Just a lot of lakes, and yeah, just enjoy the road, but make sure to fuel up in La Ronge. I'm at Little Deer Lake. That's the next lake after Lynx Lake, and this one is also very beautiful. The access to many of these lakes is limited to only boat launch, so if you have a boat, you can really enjoy these lakes by doing some fishing and going in the lake for a day. That's amazing. It's very beautiful, just sitting on the corner as well. On the side of the parking lot, there's this pathway going into the forest. This area is very quiet. I haven't seen any car from last few kilometers on the road, and even in this area there is nobody, so you have got this whole area to yourself. But just be careful about the wildlife because they wouldn't be expecting to see humans around, so it can get a bit scary, but enjoy this area. This highway is very beautiful with very beautiful views, but it is unpaved with a lot of stones, and our windshield just got hit by a rock from a passing truck. So yeah, the windshield is now cracked, which is not a very good thing. We have almost reached Missinipe, Saskatchewan. The navigation is showing me a huge lake, Otter Lake, on the side. Oh yeah, Missinipe. And here is the Otter Lake, and the campground is on the other side. It's a very huge lake. So yeah, we'll spend some days here. We have finally arrived in Missinipe, and we have reserved a campsite here in Missinipe campground from Saskatchewan Parks. I would recommend booking in advance online because there is no park gate here to book a campsite on the spot, and also I'm not getting any cell reception. I have also heard that the park rangers come here every night to check park passes on the cars. So I would recommend booking online ahead of time to avoid getting a ticket. There is also two different companies that rent out boats, and they have a few rooms available as well if you are going to stay with them. So they have cabins and rooms, which can be another option, but they are a bit expensive. The campsite here is only $30 or $40, but the cabin can be up to $300 to $400 per night. These are basic campsites, but with all the necessities available, such as showers, washrooms, electricity, fire pits. So yeah, a very good value for money because you're paying a few dollars instead of a few $100s as compared to other options. Hello, I'm in Missinipe right now, and here we have set up our tent, and to kill off bugs we have this. Let's go and look in our tent. Hey, here's the next morning in Missinipe, and we are cooking breakfast. So yeah, just simple eggs, boiling some eggs, and that's it. We decided to visit Otter Rapids just north of our campground. There is this beautiful bridge over the rapids, and some people do canoeing in these rapids, but I'm not that brave. The water is so fast that it's scary even to look at the water. I don't know how people do canoeing in these rapids, because I can't even think of it. Hi, we're on the boat in Otter Lake, and we are fishing. Don't know if the fish will come or not. Not because there is no fish. I've seen a lot of fish and many people with fish. But the problem is that we don't know how to fish. It's my first time fishing and my first time boating, although I've got boating license, which is passed by knowing the rules, but it's my first time actually driving the boat in the water. And I have Hassan and Mohsen with me here.
We are pro, don't worry about it, we can save it.
Singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up a lot of friends, fill up the car to live best because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have
So we have rented this boat for half a day, which has costed us $180, and that includes life tickets and just a boat. If you want to hire a guide or somebody who can drive the boat, that is, I believe, $100 extra. But I have the boating license, so I was able to drive it. They don't ask for the license, but I would recommend getting a license ahead of time so you don't get a ticket if you're pulled over by marine police here or park rangers. Day 2 ended with a delicious chicken curry made by Mohsen. Good morning, it's day 3 and the last day of our trip. We are heading back to Prince Albert. On our way back, there are more beautiful lakes that we have to explore. We're heading back from Missinipe to Prince Albert, and on the way here we stopped at McKay Lake. As you can see, it's a very beautiful lake, and it has no bugs but a lot of butterflies. Pretty cool. I'm at Vadden Bay of Lac La Ronge. Here there is a beautiful beach and there is a campground on that side. We didn't go there, but yeah, there is the beach. Ending this video with this walk on the side of the beach. Thank you for staying with us for this journey from Prince Albert to Missinipe. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment below. Until next time, I'm your host Nascon. Goodbye.